Hello everyone, how's life? Jacob here. Welcome to the Linux Cafe and day 9 of our C programming course. We're going to talk more about strings and characters uh, and the relationship with pointers, okay, in C. In this video I'm going to talk about the sizeof function and also the strlen and strcpy, okay, so let's go. Let's just open the tmax. Sorry. Well, let's open strings, which we do have here. Changing to a theme that everyone can see. And distinguish between keyword and what do we have here? Wait. Uh, okay. Now, in the previous video, we talked about 3 ways that we can declare strings. For example, this is the first way. Data type, name of the array, opening and closing brackets, and the value. And here, the compiler itself will detect and determine the length of the array we have. In the second form, we have the name and the size. And if we exceed this size, who knows what will happen? Let's see. So, it's going to give a warning saying initialize a string for array of char is too long. But what if we run this? What if we try to print this out? We're going to use %s for string, okay? And I'm going to say, sorry, and I'm going to say name2. So, what do we have here? As you can see, it is not going to print this all, Taruch, I, and name is Jacob. My name is Jacob. Undefined behavior, perhaps. No, not undefined behavior. It's because of, let's see. Yeah. This is what's happening, brothers. This is actually undefined behavior, it's overwriting the memory after this slot, after this index. So it is going to concat my string. Jesus, what's going on here? Taruch. It's here. And name is Jacob, which is here. Good. Okay. That's what happened, as you can see. So, just try to not do things like this. Just be careful. And now everything is fine. Okay. And also, this is the last form that we can declare, that we can define a string using pointers. Okay. And this is read-only, as I showed you in the previous video. We cannot change the value, we can only read it. So, how can we declare? Let me delete everything here. The question is, how can we find out? Sorry, my phone's ringing. How can we find out the length of a string in C? Okay, I have included strings.h. Now the things I can do, I can say int len strlen name. Okay, and now let's print len to see what we get, to see if we get something. Okay, len. Include a strings. Oh Jesus, sorry, I have a typo. A string.h. So it says 16. Is it true? So we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. So strlen will return, okay, the length, the length of our string. Something weird happened. I said length, then my brain just thought that that's not the correct word to use. But then it suddenly understood, no, that was the correct word to use. By the way, so this is the length of the string name. Another way, another thing we can do is using the sizeof. As you know, or you don't know, we can use the sizeof function to find out how many bytes is, for example, a char. True. So here it says 1. So each char is 1 byte. True. Now if I say the size of, for example, name, did I just exit? What's happening to my English today? If I just do this, I get 15 because it's also counting the null character at the end of the string. So this is also one of the ways that we can find out -1, this expression here. This is one of the ways that we can find out the length of our string in C. (16). Let's see if we print it in decimal, what shall happen. Still works, but this is a better choice for strings. Okay, and now if I have an array, for example, if I have an array of int numbers 10, and I'm like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, what is this? Let's check Ron. Ron is good. Ron is great. Yeah, if we have an array of numbers in C, and if I do the same thing with it, if I say printf, for example, size of an int. So what's happening? If I say size of an int, I'm going to have 4. So the size of an int is 4. It means that an int is 4 bytes. Okay, each int is 4 bytes. Now, one of the ways that I can find out how many integers do I have in numbers is doing this. If I just say size of, let's check it separately first. If I say size of numbers, what do you expect to see? So you're going to say 40. Why? Because each integer is 4 bytes and we have 10 of them in numbers. So 10 multiplied by 4 is 40. You know, simple math. Now if I say size of numbers subtracted by 4, if I'm sure that an integer is 4 bytes on my system, okay? That's one of the ways we can do. The other, more safe way and more actually correct way to do this is just saying size of numbers 0. So here the size of will find out the numbers 0 uh, size in bytes, okay, which is 4 because numbers 0 is an integer, and it will say 4. So subtracting it by the size of the whole numbers, which is 40, so it shall give the length. So it says 10. Is it true? We have 10 numbers here. The other thing we have, the other function, very useful, is strcpy. I'm going to talk more about actually functions. We have many functions we can use, and strcpy is one of them. For example, if I have char temp, let's specify a size. Now here I can say strcpy temp. This is the destination. Copy name in it. Oh, sorry. I forgot a semicolon. So, no errors. And now if I say printf person s of temp, it says my name is Jacob. So it successfully copied name into temp. And if we check the man file of strcpy, we see that it's taking pointers. But here we're not passing something like this. And let's see what happens if we do so. So it still works. And I hope you know the reason. And if you don't, again, I'm saying you that we're going to record many videos about pointers. We're going to explain them from scratch. But in computer system, for example, if I str here, string, for example, if I say Tarok is a good normal man, and if ptr is a pointer to str, now ptr is currently pointing at str0, which means t. True? It's here. It's here, sorry. Yeah, it's t. So ptr is now pointing to t, it's pointing to str0 per default. Okay? So str and ptr now are the same. Now if I pass str, okay, like this, for example, imagine temp is str, okay. If I pass temp like this, then I'm saying that this is exactly the same as the pointer. So they both start from temp 0 or str0, I'm passing the same address, okay, to strcpy. By time, and if we, you know, continue recording these videos, and if I talk more about pointers, you guys will understand exactly what's happening under the hood. But currently, if you just understand that what I mean here, that I say ptr is pointing to str, that's enough. Okay, so now ptr is pointing to str0, which is t. Now if I pass ptr, okay, that's exactly the same because it starts from this address here, the address of t. Okay, for example, if the address is, let me say, for example, if the address is 0x0fab3, okay, if this is the address, for example, it starts from there. strcpy will start copying from this address and copying them to the destination, which is temp. Okay, so it changes nothing. That's exactly the same. It starts from here, and it will go and search for the null character we have here. It's hidden, you don't see it here. Okay, this specifies the end of the string in C. Okay, so now if I say pointer equals pointer plus 1, now the ptr shall point to str1, okay, which is what? Which is A. If I say ptr right now, if I say ptr equals ptr minus 1, it will go back one step, so it's still again pointing to str0. And if I say, for example, while the value of ptr, for example, now here ptr is pointing to str0, now its value, the value of ptr, sorry, someone knocked at the door and I said who's there. By the way, for example, if I say here the value of ptr, it gives me t. Okay, so this is here the asterisk is the sign for ptr to get dereferenced. Okay, we will talk more about them in future videos, separate videos about pointers. Okay, so don't worry. So if I now say while the value of ptr is not equal to null, is not equal to, sorry, this null byte here, just for example ptr plus plus, so it adds to the ptr, and of course we can even print it. So this is how it works. With this method I can go and I can surf from the str0, which is here, to the end, and even I can count, actually I can add a counter to it, so I can even write my own strlen, or even we can copy this address. We will do it in future. It's simple. We can copy this address to another pointer. We can increment that other pointer to the end of this string, and cause the base pointer is still pointing at t, we can subtract this 2 and find the length. Okay, so that's easy. Everything is possible to do here. C is hard, but that's fun. Okay, so that's it. That's all about this video. We talked about sizeof, we talked about strlen, we talked about strcpy, and in future videos we're going to talk about more functions like sprintf, smprintf, I don't know, strncopy, which is the safe form of strcpy. We're going to talk about many more functions and files and pointers. So thanks for being here, thanks for watching. uh, Leave the comments if you like. I never say these things, for example, like subscribe or leave the I don't know, comment, but if you like to do so, do so. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.